Very warm welcome to all of you. We are just waiting for few of our people to arrive. So there's a huge traffic jam right here in front of this place. So another 5 minutes or so, we are going to start the program. Good evening, namaskar, pranam to all the respected dignitaries. I am Dr. Supriya Jaiswal, Chairperson of the Inaugural Committee of 29th POGSCON 2024, and my co-chairs are Dr. Vinita Sinha and Dr. Charu Modi. We extend a warm welcome to all of you. Dear distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, all faculty members, and fellow healthcare professionals, today we gather as a community of healers, innovators, and leaders in the field of medicine, united by our passion for delivering medical excellence. It is a great honor to celebrate the inaugural function of the very prestigious state conference, the 29th POGSCON 2024, this evening. To formally call on the dais and offer floral welcome to the dignitaries, may I call upon the Chairperson Reception Committee, the very graceful past President POGS and ex-Vice President FOGSI, Dr. Alka Pandey Madam, to come to the dais. Please welcome her with a floral bouquet. Next, I shall call upon the very dynamic President POGS and Organizing Chairperson, 29th POGSCON 2024, Dr. Meena Samant, to the dais. Thank you. It's my pleasure to call upon a great achiever, the very versatile and meticulous Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary, the incoming President POGS. She's on the way, she'll join shortly. Now I call upon the very hardworking and devoted Organizing Secretary of this 29th POGSCON 2024 and Secretary of Patna OBGY Society, Dr. Amita Sinha, to come to the dais. Now I shall call upon, tonight we are very honored to have amongst us the guest of honor, Mr. Shivender Pandya ji from UNICEF. He is the Chief Field Manager from Bihar. Sir, I request you to kindly come to the dais. Kindly welcome him with a floral bouquet. Sir, escort karo na, koi bhi. We are really blessed to have Mrs. Harjot Kaur Madam as guest of honor. Madam, I request you to kindly come and take your seat on the dais and grace this occasion. Thank you for accepting to be the guest of honor of today. Now it is an honor, so kindly welcome, Madam. Now it is an honor and privilege to call on the dais our chief guest, none other than the very dedicated Foxian, past President FOGSI, Dr. Suchitra Pandit Madam, to come to the dais. Madam, we welcome you. Please, all of you, give a huge round of applause for all our dignitaries on the dais.
On this auspicious day, let us all turn to Lord Ganesha and express our gratitude for all the wisdom and strength he has bestowed on us. To offer prayers and mark the beginning of 29th POGSCON, Dr. Akanksha, a PG student of AIMS Patna, has unique way to hail Lord Ganesha, the supreme power, by her beautiful dance performance. Let's watch what she has to perform.
गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने
Thank you, thank you. Lovely performance by you. So, now it's my pleasure to call upon the great achiever, the very versatile and meticulous Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary, the incoming President POGS. Kindly come and join. Kindly present her a bouquet.
I feel privileged to introduce Chairperson Reception Committee, Dr. Alka Pandey ma'am. Her accomplishments, academic and clinical skills are inspiration for many. She has been the Vice President Foxy East Zone and past President POGS. She has been the Chairperson Practical Obstetric Committee and has won the Best Committee Award. I request Madam to welcome the esteemed guests, faculty and delegates of POGSCON 2024.
Thank you, Vinita. So, distinguished guests, Honorable past Presidents of Patna Obstetrics and Gynae Society, esteemed colleagues, teachers, and dear friends. On behalf of 29th POGSCON, I extend a hearty welcome to all of you. I welcome our chief guest, Dr. Suchitra Pandit ji, who is the Foxy representative to SAFOG. She has been the past president of Foxy, and she had a very glorious tenure. I welcome guest of honor, Mrs. Harjot Kaur ji, a senior IAS officer. I welcome Dr. Shivendra Pandey ji, another guest of honor from UNICEF. So it is an honor to stand before the finest minds in obstetrics and gynecology, and a privilege to share this space where ideas converge, solutions emerge, and progress begins. Obstetrics and gynecology has expanded in a multidimensional fashion, an evolution that was once unimaginable. Maternity, oncology, endoscopy, infertility, fetal medicine, all the fields have advanced by leaps and bounds, but still we have to march ahead. We need to address gaps in access. We must champion respectful maternity care, and we must embrace innovations and technology. I am happy to see Patna Obstetrics Gynae Society grow day by day. And this year, Dr. Meena Samant and Namita Sinha have done a wonderful job with so many academic activities, health camps, and cultural programs and workshops. A warm and hearty welcome. Congratulations, Meena and her whole team. A warm and hearty welcome to the incoming President, Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary, and Dr. Nibha Mohan as her secretary, and the entire team. I wish them a glorious tenure. We have a collective vision, a state, a nation, and a world where all women will experience safe and joyful journey from womb to tomb. Thank you all for your commitment, your passion and determination, and I look forward to the enriching conversations and collaborations ahead. And I'm sure that you all will benefit from this conference. So welcome once again, all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam, for a warm welcome. Now moving ahead, light and brightness has always been equated with positivity, motivation, harbinger of good, and is associated with spiritual beings. Flame symbolizes wisdom and knowledge. Hence, we light the lamp to bow down to knowledge as the greatest of all forms of wealth. With these words, I most humbly request our chief guest, Madam Suchitra Pandit, to formally inaugurate the function by lighting the lamp. I request the dignitaries on the stage to kindly join.
So may I request our special guest, Dr. Pankaj Desai sir, to kindly come and join on the dais.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
I thank the dignitaries for leading the auspicious beginning. Dream big, work hard, never give up, and achieve is the motto of our President POGS and organizing chairperson Dr. Meena Samant. She is a senior consultant and HOD of Kurji Holy Family Hospital. She's a very hard-working and energetic Foxians who instills positivity and energy in her team, which in turn reflects in the form of achieving many awards and appreciation at the national platform. With these words, I take immense pleasure in inviting Dr. Meena Samant to kindly come and address us.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar, good evening, Sat Sri Akal. A warm and hearty welcome to one and all. Our chief guest, Dr. Suchitra Pandit Madam, our past president from Foxy, our guests of honor, Mrs. Harjot Kaur, who is the additional director, chief secretary, Government of Bihar, chairman, managing Women Development Corporation. We also are honored to have Mr. Shivendra Pandey, who is the program manager, UNICEF, the field works, and he's a dear friend, and we've been collaborating before as well. Our special guest, sir, we are so grateful your flight was in time in spite of the heavy traffic. You could join us, Dr. Pankaj Desai, who's also our past president of Foxy. All our invited guests in the audience, our past presidents, seniors, delegates, pharma partners, press media, ladies and gentlemen. It was 2 years ago when our team took over the POGS office. Patna Obzengani Society was established in 1958 and stands strong today at nearly 1,000 members. I bow down to all our past presidents and all the members who've given us a very sound foundation to work on. When we took over, we decided that we all will work as a team with the theme, We for Women's Health Across All Ages. The Satrangi, that is the Vibgyor, denoting the holistic health across all ages. Because we as doctors believe, I is for illness and we is for wellness. During these 2 years, we've had umpteen number of CMEs, workshops for training doctors and paramedics, awareness programs for masses, school and college programs, health camps at various places across Patna and neighboring districts. We have represented the Bihar government in many of their meetings where we have been invited, be it Bihar State Health Society, the NACO Health and Family Planning, the PSI, UNICEF, so on and so forth. The Manyata training program has been going across Bihar and has trained more than 30 centers during this time. Anemia, HP, 270 total, and in the last 1 year, it is? Okay, so that is mind-blowing. And of course, the credit goes to Dr. Alka Pandey and her team of trainers. So HPV training, anemia eradication programs have been going strong. We have been testing for our organizational capacity with 3 national Foxy conferences, the Labor Con, the PPH Con, the Adolescent Health Conference. We also had 3 collaborative conferences, the 2 with IFS, the Articulate, 1 with IAGE, and other scientific events with AIMS, IGIMS, Mahavir Cancer Institute, Medanta, and so on. And it was only yesterday that there was the launch of Adhuna project, which is, again, by the Foxy, and it has 6 districts from Bihar have been selected, and where the training of the doctors and the paramedics would go to ensure uniform and standard practices of care, and various innovations that come up will be introduced, because it is often found that the smaller nursing homes and private sectors, they are not addressed. So with these few words, because the detailing would be done by our secretary, I thank each and every member of my team who has been there with me throughout these 2 years, and all the members, all of you, I once again welcome you and for gracing this occasion, and also thank you for being there with us through the journey of these 2 years, for all your support, your guidance, and the active involvement in the activities of the society. Please continue to do the same and bless us and our society. Long live Patna Obs and Gynae Society. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
I thank you, Dr. Meena, for such an elaborate and detailed 2 years history what you have been doing, and it was really commendable. So once again, a huge round of applause for the President who has done the work so well. So now the poignant moment marks the beginning of a new chapter in leadership, as the outgoing President hands over the reins to the incoming President. The change of medals symbolizes the transfer of leadership and responsibility from the outgoing President to the incoming one. So may I request President POGS, Dr. Meena Samant and Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary, to the incoming President, to kindly come forward. So now I request Dr. Meena Samant to install the new President, Patna Obstetrics and Gynecological Society, Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary, by exchange of medal.
We had 2 very exciting years, and I wish the same to our next coming team. And I really congratulate Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary, my dear friend. And I'm sure you will take Patna Obs and Gynae Society to greater heights. All the best, and we are all there with you.
So a very, very emotional moment also. So a huge round of applause for the installation of the new President, Patna OBGY Society, Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary.
Thank you so much, Meena. It's indeed a pleasure and a privilege for me to really be installed at the hands of Dr. Meena Samant, I think, who has done a great job, in the last 2 years. And she has set the standards so high that she has really given me a big challenge for the next 2 years, I must say, and to the whole team also. Thank you.
So heartiest congratulations and a grand welcome to our new President, Patna Obstetrics and Gynecological Society, Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary. She is consultant infertility specialist at New Life Test Tube Baby Center and MGM Hospital and Research Center, Patna. Besides being the Secretary General ISUPAB, at present she had also been the Chairperson Genetics and Fetal Medicine Committee of FOGSI. She is the Governing Council member ICOG and examiner for MRCOG clinical examinations. She had been the only gynecologist to be awarded fellowship by the American College of OBGYNs. Then she is a very active member, has held all the positions in the office of POGS, recipient of many prestigious awards like George Mahoney Award, C.L. Javeri Award, then J. Mishra Award, MP John Award, and many more to her credit. Besides contributing chapters in FOGSI publications, she has great organizational skill, and it is evident by she has been organizing secretary of so many national and international national and state conferences, like 24th POGSCON in 2014, then FOGSI ISPAT GFM Con, then 10th UISA recently, and many more conferences. So amazing achievements to your credit. Once again, we all welcome you as the new President, Patna Obstetrics and Gynecological Society. May your presidency be marked by wisdom, compassion, and innovations. Best wishes for a great tenure, dear Pragyadi. With these words, I request the newly installed President POGS, the bright and beautiful Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary, to deliver the presidential speech. Thank you.
A very good evening to all of you, to the dignitaries on the dais, Chief Guest Dr. Suchitra Pandit, our guests of honor, Mrs. Harjot Kaur, special guest Dr. Pankaj Desai, and our second guest of honor, and organizing chairperson Dr. Alka Pandey, organizing secretary Dr. Amita Sinha, and outgoing president of POGS Dr. Meena Samant, conveners Dr. Supriya Jaiswal, Dr. Charu Modi, Dr. Vinita Sinha, and second guest of honor, Shri Shivendra Pandya, and this august gathering of guests. It is indeed a special day for me. In fact, I would say it's quite an emotional moment for me, because this position of POGS has not come in one day as the president of POGS. It's been, I started as joint secretary in 2007. And from that time, moved on to clinical secretary, treasurer, executive committee member, secretary POGS, vice president, and in between, I took my, I was elected as a chairperson of FOXI, Genetics and Fetal Medicine Committee. That time, I did not take any position in POGS. So perhaps I've taken a longer time to become the president of POGS. Now, the theme for 2025 and 2026 is Holistic Women's Wellness Beyond Obstetrics and Gynecology. Now, when I would really, Dr. Meena Samant did introduce that in 1958, the POGS was founded. Now, it was founded by Dr. M.P. John, and these, I call them the first few presidents of POGS, like Dr. M.P. John, Dr. S.N. Upadhyay. I have not seen them, but I would call them the inspirers of my life, because I keep hearing about them. And Dr. Anmola Sinha, after in her name today, we had the oration today. She's also one of my inspirers. Now, these people, the past presidents, Dr. Kamlachari, Dr. Jagdishwari Mishra, Dr. D. Singh, Dr. Sharda Sahai, Dr. Malti Rohadgi, I can call them the influencers of my life, because I did not really interact with them, but again, I saw them from far and heard so much about them that I think my life has been influenced by their names, really, the past presidents, the initial few. Now, these Padma Shri, Dr. Shanti Roy, Dr. Manju Gita Mishra, Dr. Pramila Modi, Dr. Shanti H.K. Singh, Dr. Kusum Gopal Kapoor, late Dr. Pramila Gupta, Dr. Anita Singh, these are the torch bearers of POGS. Undoubtedly, the new POGS, what you see in its new shape, that has been given by these torch bearers. And of course, needless to say that Dr. Manju Gita Mishra is not only my mother, but she is the mentor of my life also. The past presidents, the recent few past presidents, Dr. Alka Pandey, Dr. Kumkum Sinha, Dr. Abha Rani Sinha, Dr. Neelam, Dr. Vinita Singh, and Dr. Meena, my very good friend. I'm a bit emotional today. And my very good friend, Dr. Meena Samant. So these recent past presidents, I've actually worked closely with all of them, and there's so much to learn from each one of them, because they are just full of qualities. Each one has got a unique quality, I think, which we really need to imbibe in ourselves. I mean, last few the tenures of the presidents has taken POGS to such great heights that now it occupies a very important position in the map of FOXI, Patna Obs and Gynae Society. Now, I would call these, Madam Sushma Pandey, Dr. Barun Kala Sinha, Dr. Dharmshila Sharma, and Dr. Veena Pandey. I would call them the moral supporters of my life. really. For, they just give you moral support, and that, helps us. Now the brilliant ones in POGS, Dr. Poonam Dikshit, Dr. Himali Sinha, Dr. Zareen Rahman, and the younger ones, Dr. Mukta Agarwal, Dr. Sangam Jha, Dr. Kalpana Singh. Really, they contribute so much to Patna Obs and Gynae Society, and I would be dependent on them in the next 2 years to really do a lot of activities in different forms. And my friends, Dr. Himanshu Roy, Dr. Mini Anand, Dr. Poonam Lal, Dr. Amita Sinha, Dr. Supriya Jaiswal, Dr. Ranjana Sinha, Dr. Sangeeta Pankaj, Dr. Veena Sinha. They are not only my friends, but people just full of exceptional qualities. We all have been seeing how hard Dr. Ranjana Sinha and the other joint organizing secretaries have been working today for this conference. My supporters and well-wishers, Dr. Usha Sharma, who, because of ISOPAB, I have had a very close interaction with Dr. Usha Sharma. So Dr. Usha Sharma, Dr. Rupam, Dr. Renu Rohadgi, Dr. Usha Didwania, Dr. Rita Kumari Jha, Dr. Rita Sinha, Dr. Khalda Huda, Dr. Jyoti Malhotra. Really, these, from the core of my heart, I can say these are my supporters and well-wishers. Now the expectation raisers now, the upcoming ones, Dr. Indira Prasad, Dr. Kumari Mamta, Dr. Shashi Bala, Dr. Bhumija, Dr. Divya Suman, Dr. Richa Jha. Really, these people are going to raise our expectations in future so much. Now I have future leaders, I call them, Dr. Monica Anand, Dr. Charu Modi, Dr. Bhavna Tiwari, and Dr. Shraddha Chakhayar. These are really our future leaders. I may have missed a few names. Coming to, let me introduce my team of 2025 to 2026. Now I'm so lucky that at the current dynamic secretary of POGS, Dr. Amita Sinha, I think I will get the privilege of having all the experience that she, from the last 2 years, that it is really going to be a boon for me. Now, Dr. Nibha Mohan, again, a very, very experienced person. I'm going to have her as the secretary of POGS. Then I have Dr. Nutan Narayan as my joint secretary, Dr. Anjana Sinha as treasurer, Dr. Ranjana Sinha as clinical secretary, and the executive committee members. I'm privileged, to have Dr. Rajni Sinha, Dr. Ranu Singh, Dr. Supriya Jaiswal, Dr. Shipra Roy. And it's not, this time the executive committee members are also going to get to do a lot of work in this. So very quickly, 24 months, 24 targets I have. Well, my first one is skill enhancing workshops in obstetrics, which I think it is more important, than CMEs. So we are going to have workshops on cesarean section, OSIS, obstetric ultrasound, obstetric emergencies, prenatal diagnostic procedures, internal iliac ligation and compression sutures. Then for skill enhancing workshops in gynecology, and for that we would have hysteroscopy workshop, laparoscopy, colposcopy, transvaginal ultrasound, NDVH, and cosmetic gynecology. Now, one health camp every month, I would aim for that, because sometimes, health camps get neglected. One awareness camp in school, college every month, and for that, I would get the help of Dr. Supriya Jaiswal, because she's still the Foxy Adolescent Committee chairperson. Then one CME per month with Foxy committees. Then target number 6 is one CME with other professional organizations every month. Then target 7, POG CMEs to include speakers from the periphery. Many a times, it just hurts, when doctors from the periphery, they say that, we don't get the chance. We just come and sit and clap and listen to y'all. So it really hurts, So this time we are going to ensure that people who are interested, and those people are going to get chances to speak in our CMEs.
Then devote one Sunday to family and de-stress yourself. I think it's very important, at least one Sunday I would ensure that everybody is free for family, because that's really, really important. Then target number 9 is explore your own Bihar, one pleasure trip every 4 months at least, So at least that's very important. You won't believe it, I properly saw the temples and the Bodhi tree in Gaya when I was in school. And after that, I've just been to hotels in Gaya for CMEs and returned to Patna. So I think we should have some pleasure trips, to explore our own Bihar at regular intervals. Target 10, membership drive, each one motivate one and make one. So I think we are really going to, multiply our members. So we really, Dr. Suchitra Pandit is here, we really want to be as strong as Mumbai Obs and Gynae Society, or as strong as Bengal Obs and Gynae Society. I think that's where we are lacking, in our membership strength. Then greenery drive, not just on World Environment Day. Please start from tomorrow itself or from day after tomorrow. Start doing some kind of plantation in your home or in your flat, not just on the 5th of June when we have to submit, what we have done to Foxy. So let's, improve the environment overall. Target 12, POGS to purchase a property. This is my heartiest wish this time. We are going to do something, we are going to purchase some kind of property. So we are going to do some investment for POGS in the next 2 years. And that's why I said, I would need the help of executive committee members also. Now, POGS to propagate Foxy Manyata project. Already Dr. Meena Samant said how hard Dr. Alka Pandey has been working for Foxy Manyata, but we are going to take even further because, the number of private nursing homes is much more than the number of facilities which have been covered until so far. And I think that's really going to upgrade the private nursing homes. Target 14, POGS to continue with Foxy ICOG visiting professorship CME, which we have been doing. Then POGS to subscribe for international e-journals, which can be accessible to all its members. Foxy ICCOB 2025 to be initiated by Dr. Vinita Singh next year. Then Foxy Vice President Conclave 2026 to be initiated by Dr. Abha Rani Sinha. And charity work, I think, appeal to all private practitioners to do one case of C-section or normal delivery free of cost in a year, just one. So if you do one, we can help 1,000 women, laboring women. So I think really, we should, and I think we are affluent enough to be able to afford that. Now, POGS to have institutional tie-up for ethics committee to encourage research amongst private practitioners. That's again something which we have been talking out since years. So I think, one of my targets would be to do that. Now, sensitize our members towards PCPNDT Act, POXO Act, MTP Act, and Surrogacy Act, because we really need to know, because we don't know when this medical legal issue can actually engulf us. So we really have to be, quite adept, with all the acts. Identify members who can act as mentors to juniors. That's again very important because, so many junior members, they come up and they say that, I want to do something, I want to do something. It looks like that, we have not been able to give them an opportunity, or we have not been able to give them that platform. So I think, so we have so many professors in our organization. So, I would really, I would want them to volunteer, come up and act as mentors to juniors. Then liaise with the government to raise violence against women and doctors campaign. I think that's very important. We really need to do that. So finally, I would say that walk the talk for Patna Obs and Gynae Society. And I would also say that this is something, which we have been longing and longing for since years. Why, we work so hard. Why don't we get the Foxy President's Trophy? What is the reason? So, really, we should, Dr. Meena Samant worked tirelessly, I must say. But, we really deserved the Foxy President's Trophy. So I think we really need to get the Foxy's President's Trophy in the near future. And so I would say that let us always remember that our work as gynecologists is not merely about healing bodies, but empowering lives. Together, let us commit to advancing knowledge, embracing innovation, and serving humanity with compassion and purpose. The future of women's health is in our hands. Let us make it a future which we can all be proud of. And of course, I have forgotten to mention, well, this is not a vote of thanks. This is, what I would like to do. But my husband, Dr. Rakesh Chaudhary, who is very soon going to become the head of the Department of Orthopedics. And, well, he has always, silently supported me. So, so thank you for that. And thank you to all my friends in POGS. I may have forgotten, to take a few names, but it wasn't possible. I can see Dr. Usha Kumari also. She helped us so much in our last tenure. So thank you so much. And, this depicts that all of us have to join hands. So should I expect that support from you all? Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for a very patient listening.
Thank you, Pragyadi, for a wonderful address, and wish you all the best for your tenure ahead. Now, it is a sincere pleasure and honor to introduce the guest of honor for today's event, the Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Bihar, and Chairman cum Managing Director, Women and Child Development Corporation, Madam Harjot Kaur. She is a dedicated IAS officer who has made a significant impact on administration of Bihar. With a strong academic background and diverse role in both state and central government, she has built a reputation of administrator par excellence. Her contribution to governance and public service in Bihar are noteworthy. With these words, may I request Madam Kaur to inaugurate the scientific session. I request a scientific team, Dr. Monica Anand, Dr. Bhavna Tiwari, and Dr. Ranjana Sinha to please join.
So the entire team of scientific committee who has worked really very hard come up, and the joint secretary in charge, Dr. Ranjana Sinha, kindly come up.
Thank you, Madam. I now request you to kindly address the gathering.
Okay. Thank you very much. A good evening to everybody. First of all, I would like to thank POGSCO, the 29th conference of POGSCO, and especially Dr. Pragya Jaiswal Chaudhary, and the esteemed chief guest, Dr. Suchitra Pandit, Foxy National Past President, Dr. Meena Sawant, Chairperson of the Organizing Committee, erstwhile, I believe, Dr. Supriya Jaiswal, again, Dr. Amita Sinha, Dr. Alka Pandey, Dr. Pankaj Desai, Dr. Pragya Mishra, and all the office bearers, members, press, media, ladies and gentlemen, and a lot of doctors, and especially women. Quite happy to be here as a women officer myself among an organization which is predominantly has women members. So this is my first time that I'm coming to this forum of POGSCO, which is the Patna chapter of Obstetricians and Gynecological Society of India. And I was just reading about the objectives of your organization, and your organization's objectives quite clearly match with my department's objectives of safe motherhood, safe childhood, and also putting a kind of a prohibition on sex-based selections and abortions, safe motherhood, and not to have a gender bias as far as the childbirth is concerned. I believe many things have been said and much water has flowed down the river regarding the implementation of the major acts, especially the PCP&D Act, and how the medical community feels about it, how they also talk about harassment at the hands of the administration. Also the other acts, the POGSCO and the MTP and other acts, which you guys, as Madam has said, should be aware of it, because it's a medical legal act, and also about other things. When you're talking about, say, crimes against women, then also the role of doctors come into being when you're doing your medical examinations and giving the reports about various criminal cases or crimes against women, whether it's a rape or any other thing. As the Additional Chief Secretary of a state of Bihar and heading the Department of Social Welfare in this state, I'm quite concerned about the declining sex ratio at birth of my state. It has declined over the decades from being more than over 900 to an abyssal 882 now. And I think we all need to have some kind of a discussion on this. There could be accusations from both sides about what should be done or who's not doing it, but I think together we are both responsible for what is happening in Bihar, and we should take full responsibility for it. We as an administration, we've failed to basically make this social and behavioral change among society, and the son preference still continues. But the fact remains that the technology that is now available for identifying the sex of a fetus before birth and then selectively aborting a girl child or a girl fetus is something which we really need to think about. We are all women, we are also mothers. We have also been endured the responsibility of maintaining mankind, of reproduction. We understand the process and the consequences both ways. Many of the times you and me should be agreeing that the woman who is forced to abort her girl child does not do it on her own will. It is the family or the community or her circumstances in which she has no freedom, where she is literally forced to abort her girl child. But then who aborts it? Definitely not the administration. Has to be a doctor, or at least what you call क्या कहते हैं उसको, a paramedic or a fake doctor या जैसा होता है, but at least somebody who is knowledgeable to do that. And it has its own repercussions. If it is not done by a person who is medically qualified for it, it has its own issues on reproduction later on in life. Can have a lot of repercussions on the women's health itself. So I think maybe POGSCO and the Department of Social Welfare can engage together and try to find some answers for it, and also trying to have a road map for how we are going to change the situation on the ground in the near future. I think as a citizen of this country and as a citizen of Bihar, we cannot just shirk our duties, we cannot just look the other way. We've tried to do that, we've tried a lot of other things, but it doesn't seem to be helping anywhere. And why is it that we are still at the worst level? We also are a microsome of society itself. We also represent that. So that is one thing in which I think maybe the POGSCO can also take some kind of an initiative. जिसको कहते हैं ना कि कम्युनिटी में कौन अच्छा है और कौन खराब, ये आपसे बेहतर कौन जानता है. आप अपनी कम्युनिटी को सबसे अच्छा जानती हैं. आप अपनी कम्युनिटी में ये भी जानती हैं कि कहाँ कौन सी क्लिनिक्स चल रही हैं जो डॉक्टर्स नहीं चला रहे हैं, जो ये शायद पैरामेडिक्स चला रहे हैं या फेक डॉक्टर्स या फेक लोग चला रहे हैं. उसकी की जानकारी दीजिए प्रशासन को कम से कम. इतना तो आप और हम मिल के कर ही सकते हैं. अगर उनकी भी जानकारी मिलेगी तो इट्स क्वाइट अ ल्यूक्रेटिव बिजनेस. एक छोटी सी अल्ट्रासाउंड मशीन ले आइए, अब तो पोर्टेबल हो गई हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपेंसिव भी नहीं है. एक अल्ट्रासाउंड मशीन और उसमें आप बताइए कि ओके व्हाट इज़ द सेक्स ऑफ द फीटस, और उसके बाद आपकी दुकान चल जाती है. इन द सेंस कि एमटीपी के लिए आप तैयार हैं, उसको अबॉर्शन तो कराना ही पड़ेगा, मेडिकल टर्मिनेशन ऑफ प्रेगनेंसी, और उसके लिए तो चार्जिंग होगा ही. प्लस जो अल्ट्रासाउंड का भी रिपोर्ट है उसके लिए भी पैसे लिए जाते हैं, मुफ्त में तो कुछ भी नहीं होता है. तो वी कैन डेफिनेटली डू समथिंग अबाउट इट. सो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट द प्रेजेंट chairperson of POGSCO, Dr. Pragya Chaudhary, to really look into this. And I think should be a synergy between the department and POGSCO about this. Similarly, when we talk about safe motherhood, I'm sure the UNICEF person will talk in length about maternal mortality health, but the fact remains that we are quite far away in achieving that SDG goal also, as a country and especially in Bihar. So safe motherhood is another issue, and I think most of you would agree that safe motherhood depends upon, among other factors, upon the age of the person, it's her reproductive health or her health in general. And if you are going to have people being pregnant who are young children or adolescent girls who are severely anemic, severely malnourished, naturally we have a problem on our hand. And the anemia figures for Bihar are again very bad. More than 40% to 50%, rather it's even higher, 60% of women in the age group of 18 to 50 are anemic, and similarly the children born to these anemic mothers are equally anemic. So we really have a problem of our hands, and it is especially on your door, because you are the medical practitioners, you are the experts in the field. You know exactly how to deal with this problem. We as the administration know how to deal with the legal problems, or how to enforce law and order, or how to enforce other things, or maybe how to plan campaigns for social change. But even in the campaigns for social change, I think you and me, we need to hold hands together, join together, and have a combined kind of a campaign. तो आपकी जो समस्या है कि कई बार प्रशासन आपको तंग करता है, किसी कारण से बंद कर देता है, या डॉक्टरों को पकड़ के ले जाता है, या FIR हो जाता है, या कोई और परेशानी होती है, तो दूसरी तरफ हम लोगों की भी परेशानी है. आखिरकार कहीं ना कहीं तो वो अबॉर्शंस हो रही हैं, और अब तो हम लोग ये भी नहीं कह सकते कि ये नहीं हो रही हैं, बिकॉज अब तो ये बहुत क्लियरली दैट गेम हैज़ कम आउट कि ओके देयर इज़ अ सन प्रेफरेंस इन सोसाइटी, देयर हैज़ बीन अ सन प्रेफरेंस इन सोसाइटी सिंस a long time. It's a patriarchal society in India, we all know that. But what has changed in the recent decades, which has made the birth of a girl child decline so rapidly? It's just the information that you know that you have a girl child in your womb and you can get her aborted. I think that is a game changer as far as this is concerned. So we really need to take very strict action against PCPND. Recently our Chief Secretary had also held a meeting, and nowadays the collectors have been given the job of implementing it and being the prosecution officer, under which the civil surgeon was doing earlier. But if you look at the cases in Bihar, a few hundreds, 110 cases, hardly anything. They also have their own problems about how to identify clinics. You close the clinics, it gets operable again within 24 hours or within 48 hours. Again another new machine comes. Machines need to be registered, but they still are able to operate under the umbrella of that Registration Act also. So I would implore from this floor today, as an IS officer, as an additional Chief Secretary of the Social Welfare Department, but over and above that, as a woman, I feel concerned when girls do not get born in my state. I think it is something for which we should collectively hang our head in shame. And I think collectively we need to address this problem. And I would hope that POGSCO will do something about that. Similarly, for other issues about safe motherhood and all, you see the patients coming to you. You have a lot of clinical data as to what is wrong, what is happening in Bihar, how it can be mitigated. If you can share your findings with us, and also what we need to do as a state or as an administration, as a government, what kind of policies we need, or where we are not actually hitting the nail on its head. We do seem to have a lot of policies for safe motherhood, safe childhood, but why is it that we are still not able to get our maternal mortality rate so down? So maybe we can also take some leaves out of this thing. And I think wherever we will collaborate, I think something good will come out of it, both ways, for you also and for the administration also. So I was very happy that thanks to Dr. Shanti Rai, who's one of the leading gynecologists in the state and a figure in herself, we've all known her from, I can say, decades now. So when she asked me to be here, I was very happy to come, because I sincerely feel that you and me are in the same boat, and we'll sink and sail together. So I think a synergy between not only with the health department will help, a synergy with the social welfare department whose aim is to have safe motherhood, safe childhood, because we also look after at least 1,15,000 Anganwadi centers. We also have that force which is given the function of looking after pregnant ladies, lactating mothers, safe childhood, and also young children, 0 to 6 years of age. So we can definitely do a lot if we come together. I think I'll just put these thoughts together. I hope I'm not debarred by POGSCO next time for stating the obvious or being too brash about it. But I sincerely feel that as a woman and as an organization, irrespective of which way we are all professionals in our own life. We've achieved something. We are very proud of what we've achieved in life. And I think it's time, all of us together, give back something to society to make Bihar a better place and, of course, India a better place. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. We have noted your insight and suggestions about safe motherhood and other suggestions as well. आज जो है पल अब बन जाएगा वो यादगार कल. POGSCON has its treasured and fondest memories packed into souvenir. For release of the souvenir, we have none other than the Program Manager UNICEF, Bihar Field Officer, Mr. Shivendra Pandya. He possesses more than 23 years experience of working in development sector, managing poverty reduction programs at different levels in many resource-poor states in collaboration with IFPRI, DFID and UNDP. I request sir to release the souvenir and also request Chairperson Souvenir Committee, the very meticulous Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary, to join with her team. I request Dr. Mini Anand, Joint Organizing Secretary, to come to the dais, and Dr. Ranjana Sinha to please join, and Dr. Nibha Mohan too.
Dr. Rupam, come join me. So this is the release of souvenir. Kindly give a huge round of applause and for this hard work that has been done.
I request Dr. Shivendra Pandya sir to address the gathering.
Dr. Suchitra Pandit, Foxy National Past President, Chief Guest, Madam Harjot Kaur, Additional Chief Secretary, Social Welfare Department, Government of Bihar, Dr. Pankaj Desai, Past President, Foxy, Dr. Pragya Mishra, Dr. Alka Pandey, Dr. Meena Samant, Chairperson Organizing Committee, Dr. Supriya Jaiswal, Chairperson Inaugural Committee, Dr. Amrita Sinha, Organizing Secretary, and all the dignitaries on the dais, and the medical fraternity sitting over here. A very warm good evening to all of you. I have been given few pointers from my colleagues to speak on this occasion, but I would not like to go with this. I would like to speak my mind and heart. And Madam has also indicated that UNICEF people will talk about something SDG, data, etc. So that's the pertinent thing. It's important. So I will be short, but I will be to the context which we are discussing here. I will try my best to that. So first of all, thank you from a great presentation by the upcoming President. 24 months, 24 tickets, big tickets that they would love, the milestones that would like to achieve. That's fantastic that there some homework has already been done towards that. And if you see what is this is going to lead into, that's perhaps the vision that we need to have as a Foxy, as a whole Patna chapter. What is that we want to make a dent, make a change, maybe next 4 years or 5 years. And you might be aware that Bihar has already started developing a 2047 vision document, seeing where Bihar has to go by that time. We have enough evidences in terms of SDG. We are well aware that Bihar in last 6-7 years, I will say, has progressed a lot on many of the indicators related to health. Be it IMR, be it MNR, it was a time when it was stuck and stagnant. But now it is changing. The only issue, the pace that it needs to change is perhaps not happening, and because of the various reasons. We are the largest and complex state. I was hearing again from the President and the agenda that we know we need to go deeper in the rural context. Perhaps as a professional, as a doctor, we are not getting time to come out from our clinic and hospitals. So where is Bihar? What is changing? Where is the roadblocks? Perhaps we together need to see, and perhaps that will help us to set up our visions and define our strategy, what need to be done. I feel privileged, and I will take advantage of Madam being present here as Additional Chief Secretary Social Welfare, dealing with the primary responsibility of the BHSND, Anganwadi Center, where all 4 ANC, high-risk pregnancy, nutrition, everything. I'm not a doctor, but I have some understanding living with my colleagues. So that is first step, a doorstep services being provided by the government. And it has two aspects. One, that you all as a doctor can help us to understand the technicality of the thing, what is going right, what is going wrong. And you as a doctor can learn from the BHSND and the community that what is that I need to change to cater their requirements and understand from the community perspective. So this subject is multidimensional, and perhaps we together, and we particularly as UNICEF, which are mandated for that, perhaps we have to go beyond this kind of, the annual functions, maybe sitting again together with the other stakeholders who are really at the cutting edge, who are serving the community to understand. And I will urge all of you that maybe, some kind of different nature of technical workshop, something we can do to understand and come together to decide what is that we all need to do for the society. Perhaps the change that I was talking in the beginning, that we have to see what changes that we are looking for in next 5 years, that the statement of the vision, if we can say, we as a UNICEF will be more than happy to support, to coordinate, because we are working on the three principles now. We are saying that we are catalyzing, we are convening, and we are collaborating. So we are following 3C approach, and we would be more than happy to convene, to collaborate with all of you, and to discuss more on this subject, because it has come so beautifully in the things that it is all not about pregnancy and gynecology, it is all about the overall well-being of mother, and it is more about the empowerment of the women. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful speech and the point you highlighted. We are thankful to you always. UNICEF really so to help us in organizing such events. Thank you so much. So now it's time for Secretary's report. It's my pleasure to invite our diligent and dedicated Secretary, Dr. Amita Sinha, who is the organizing secretary of this prestigious POGSCON 2024. A very hard-working person who has worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the smooth operation of our organization. Presently, she is the Secretary POGS and also holding post of Communicator ISOPAB, East Zone Coordinator of Practical Obstetric Committee of FOXI. She is the Vice President-elect of Patna OBGY Society, proud recipient of FOXI, the Padma Bhushan Kamla Bai Hospital Award in 2013, and life member of many organizations like FOXI, FIGO, ISOPAB, AOGS, BJ, and IMA. So a very soft-spoken but a versatile multitasker, talented person at all times. With these words, I request Dr. Amita Sinha to present the Secretary's report. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Supriya, for generous introduction. It is not respected dignitaries sitting on the dais, off the dais, senior and junior members, guest speakers, faculties, media persons, and one and all present in this hall, a very good evening to all of you. It's not very easy to present secretary report, our team that has worked for last 23 months in next 5 minutes, but I will try to present my report within 5 to 6 minutes. The journey as a secretary of our tenure with President Dr. Meena Samant started on January 15, 2023 with the installation ceremony. 8 team members took oath, making the start of our collective commitment and the work done for the tenure. This team started working for fulfilling our theme and mission of We for Women Well-being all across the ages. These are few glimpses of installation ceremony. Our team has worked tirelessly to deliver over 45 CMEs, 14 webinars, 10 dedicated workshops, 6 dedicated training sessions for nurses and PGs, many awareness programs in schools and hospitals, some programs on every Sunday. We made educational books and video for public awareness. We effectively leveraged social media platforms, including Facebook Live, YouTube, DocTube, to disseminate important messages updates. Additionally, we published many articles in prominent newspapers and also featured on DocTube. These are few glimpses of our CME that we conducted in last 2 years. There is a huge list of dedicated workshops. We had laparoscopic workshop, colposcopic workshop, research methodology workshop, obstetric emergency and trauma workshop, neonatal resuscitation, workshop on maternal collapse, emergency obstetric drills, eclampsia workshop, Chhattisgarh PPH workshop, and many more, imaging in obstetric hemorrhage, like that, to train our young doctors and also paramedicals to save the mothers. This was one step forward to prevent maternal mortality and to achieve safe motherhood. These are few glimpses of workshop conducted. PG training. These are few media links that we shared on Facebook, YouTube, and other things to aware our public. Conferences. We have a proud history of organizing and hosting numerous prestigious conferences in last 2 years, which includes LabourCon 2023, Fertility Preservation Conference in association with IAFS, Patliputra Endogyne with IAGE, PPHCon Postpartum Hemorrhage Conference in this March 2024, International Conference Ricogyne on Cosmetic Gynecology, NAHCON, that is National Adolescent Conference in this year, and Articulate 2024. We also hosted this conference in this year. These are few pictures of those conferences. Now coming to orations. Total 12 orations organized by our society. These are few pictures of our orations. We have participated with almost 15 committee of FOXI, like HIV/AIDS Committee, Safe Motherhood Committee, MTP Committee, Adolescent Health Committee, Say No to Violence Against Women Committee, Clinical Research Committee, Gynecological Oncology Committee, Medical Education Committee, Sexual Health and STI Committee, Study on Breast Committee, Public Awareness Committee, and most of the time we followed the instruction of FOXI President, and we follow all the activities in our state in Bihar. These are few pictures of participation with FOXI committees. We actively observed various health days, organized a rally to raise awareness about sexual health, violence against women, and we always expressed our views through interactions with media, advocating for important social and health issues. Again, these are the few pictures, which includes also breast cancer awareness program, and we took rally. Many meetings, programs, and engagement with government and NGO. POGS was very active in organizing these meetings and conducting so many meetings. Like we partnership with FOXI Manyata, which is Dr. Alka Pandey has enumerated, and Dr. Meena Samant. We also collaborated with Bihar State Health Society for PPS training workshop in different districts of Bihar under the able leadership of Dr. Alka Pandey. We also collaborated with BSAC, State AIDS Control Society, for elimination of vertical transmission of HIV and syphilis, and our members actively participated in Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Yojana, which was launched with a collaboration with POGS also. Under the leadership of Dr. Alka Pandey, these are the few pictures of flagship project of FOXI, that is Manyata program. This program is for nurses and paramedical staff. Under her guidance, Alka Pandey madam is lead CSE FOXI, and she Due to her initiative, 173 hospital nursing homes were enrolled in Bihar. Staffs were trained on 16 WHO standards for maternity care. Online training was done for 1 hour each week for 6 to 8 weeks. And after the end of the last session, assessment of the staff were done and post-assessment clinics were Manyata certified. POGS has also interacted with many NGOs like UNICEF, WHO, AOFOG, CEFOG, Jhabaigo, CARE, IPAS, Population Service International, White Ribbon Alliance, Janani Healthcare, AIDS Control Society, Foxy Manyata, Foxy LDI Initiative, State Health Society, and Public Health Foundation of India. Regarding health talks, we conducted many programs in school, colleges, and hospitals, and we discussed health talks regarding menstrual irregularities, good touch and bad touch, cervical cancer prevention, resuscitative measures in case of choking, hand washing, anemia, save the girl child. These are a few pictures of health talks. And also we discussed health-related issues in hospital regarding MTP, family planning, breastfeeding, thalassemia, HPV vaccination, screening of cervical cancer, nutrition, and so many things. Representation of POGS in FOXY and CEFOG. Our tenure witnessed significant participation of POGS in FOXY with members holding various esteemed positions and contributing actively to the organization's growth and initiative. Vice President Dr. Alka Pandey was worked with FOXY, and she was FOXY Vice President in 2023. We also witnessed Vice President-elect Dr. Abha Rani Sinha for next 2026. We have 3 ICOG Governing Council members, Dr. Meena Samant, Dr. Pragya Mishra, and Dr. Vinita Singh. And we have also 1 committee chairperson of FOXY Adolescent Health Committee, Dr. Supriya Jaiswal. So our vast representation in FOXY and other society. International speakers graced our conferences, while numerous national faculty members shared their expertise through monthly CMEs and inspiring orations, enriching the academic and professional growth of our members. Our mission was to promote young talent, providing them with opportunity to excel and showcase their skills and contribute meaningfully to the field. Younger members showcase their talent through various avenues, earning awards, presenting research papers, conducting studies, and actively organizing and participating in UVA conferences, demonstrating their dedication and enthusiasm. They also participated in many quiz competitions, zonal round, on free papers, posters, debates, competitions. So our mission was fulfilled by giving them training for in obstetric in scientific sessions. We also participated in Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Yojana. These are few pictures. Fox FIGO LDI project and Manyata lead by Dr. Alka Pandey. These are few pictures. Advocacy and health camp. We did so many advocacy and health camp in hospitals, in periphery, under the able guidance of Dr. Shanti Roy Madam, Chairperson Oncology Committee, POGS, for our tenure, conducted so many camps in Siwan, Gopalganj. We also went to periphery, and it was a very, very fruitful camp. Unfortunately, I could not share the picture in this report. A series of activities was done by Patna Obstetric and Gynecological Society for FOXY presidential activity Samta, that is for gender equality and for elimination of violence against women. The hard work and dedication of our team brought numerous laurels and immense happiness to our society, reflecting our collective achievements and success. We are proud to have won the following awards, which stand as a testament to our dedication and hard work. We received award by FOXY for maximum plantation. We received 3rd prize in category A for elimination of, for doing maximum pap smear under Pratibandh program of FOXY President Dr. Hrishikesh Pai. We received FOXY Dr. Chitra Thara and Gangadharan Preventive and Research Oncology Award 2023. Again, we have we won FOXY Dr. Duru Shah Youth Trophy that we will receive in upcoming AICOG in Mumbai. These achievements highlight the collective efforts of our team and our commitment to excellence. These are few pictures of awards that we received. We also received many certificates for our participation in different FOXY programs. The financial matters. In financial matters, our society progressed significantly by becoming both a GST and income tax payee. thanks to the dedicated efforts of our treasurer, Dr. Nibha Mohan. Many new members were enrolled as life members also. During our tenure from 15th January 2023 till date, we have enrolled 105 new members. We all are proud of our society's progress and achievements. I thank the members of Core Committee, Executive Committee, past presidents, advisors, chairpersons, and members of 29 committees and collaborative partners for their support. Thank you so much for patient listening.
Thank you, Madam. I really congratulate you for your mammoth work being done in your tenure. Moving further, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it's my proud privilege to welcome and invite our chief guest, past president of FOXI and many prestigious organizations like ICOG, ISOPAB, Justosis and MOGS, a woman of virtue and simplicity with many publications, peer review articles, and innumerable prestigious awards to her credit, the chief guest of today's function, Dr. Suchitra Pandit, to kindly come for the inaugural address. Madam, we are truly amazed and dazzled by your achievements. Kindly address us.
मंच पर उपस्थित आमंत्रित अतिथिगण एंड सभा में विराजित मेरे सारे सीनियर्स, Foxians, Isoparbians and my friends, pranam to all of you. I just read in the Google that in Magai, they say Paranam. They don't say Pranam. So I'm going to say Paranam. That's what I meant. But I'd just like to say first thing before I start off, I'd like to say a big congratulations to the outgoing team which was headed by Meena Samant and Amita and her entire team who had wonderful tenure for 2 years. And I just wanted to say one thing, that when you begin a new thing, it's great. But when you finish, it's not just great, but it's a lot of satisfaction. So खुशी बहुत होती है जब हम कोई भी काम अच्छा करते हैं. And that is the challenge she's already given to the new president, newly installed president, Pragya Mishra. And before I talk about what Pragya's program is, I would like to say a mother sitting there in the audience, Manju Geeta Mishra, she must be feeling so proud, that you're there for the installation of your daughter. So I think that's it speaks well for your mother to have trained you so well to lead a big organization like the Patna Society. And all the best to you and Nibha and your entire team. I'd like to say I love the targets. It's a focused approach which always helps you to attain your objectives. But I'd like to just say one more thing is, when you look after your young people, they are the ones who are going to the torchbearers for the future. So when you train them, when you mentor them, I think that was one point which I really loved. And I've been sitting next to the additional secretary, and she's been saying that we have to work together. And so true, unless every organization works with the government and with the secretaries of the state, we cannot progress ahead, because they have a lot of administrative, they've got a lot of inputs, and we have the technical knowledge. So साथ में मिलकर हम बहुत सारी चीज़ें कर सकते हैं. So I'm sure Pragya, you'll utilize all that the advantage you have. Our UNICEF program officer is also here. I'm sure you'll make use of all that. I'd like to say one more thing, that I'm currently involved in CEFOG as well as FIGO. So we definitely like to do activities with your society. And particularly, like I'm involved in the NCD committee. NCD is a big problem for India. Diabetes, hypertension, cancer cervix, anemia. So we will also work with you on these fronts in whatever capacity that we can. And मैं मंच छोड़ने के पहले और एक बात बताना चाहती हूँ. I love Patna because I was installed here, 3rd February 2014. I still remember that very cold wintry night, and it's a great day, it's a great feeling to head an organization like Foxy. And Patna, Patliputra, जो पहले कहते थे, the seat of knowledge, confluence of religion, spirituality, the great big Chanakya and Aryabhat belonged to Bihar. And even today, you're looking at the confluence of Sikhism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Jainism, all together at Patliputra, and now which is known as Patna. And amongst the audience, we've got, really learned people, the Honorable Padma Shri Shanti Roy ji, the BC awardee Manju Geeta Mishra ji,
We have the chairperson of ICOG, Shanti ji, and Pramila ji, and so many of the, if I start naming everybody, each one has one big feather in the cap. So I think Patna has come a long, long way. एक और प्रथा बहुत अच्छी है कि सब पैर छूते हैं. You don't get to see this in Maharashtra, though it's a culture in our country too, in our part of India too. But यहाँ जो एक दूसरे के पैर छूते हैं, that is a very nice thing, particularly the seniors. So you are giving your respect. So under the umbrella of the senior guidance, the young have progressed forward. I've seen Patna in last 20 years. I've been coming to Patna off and on. But in the last 10 years, जो vibrancy आई है, with so many people, representing Patna at the national level. And just recent is Alka, and going to be is Abha. So these are very good friends of mine. I've known them for years, and I'm sure because all of them are there, newer ones are coming into the forefront. Meena also, I've known her for last, I think, 15, 20 years. I've seen them all grow up. I mean, I'm also growing up older, but I've seen them growing up too, and it feels really very great. And thank you so much, Meena, for inviting me. Thanks to Patna, another feather in the cap is ISOPAR, which is the, the birthplace is Patna. So we are closely associated with the ISOPAR also. So I'm sure with POGS, with ISOPAR, with UNICEF, with the ministry, and with the other organizations like CEFOG and FIGO, we are there to conquer. And my passion is empower women, empower India. And you've already taken up some of those initiatives. So thank you very much. And what would I say? Jai Hind, Pranam, Paranam again. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Your address was very encouraging and full of warmth and love for Patna society. Thanks a lot. POGSCON 2024 has been graced by eminent personalities from all walks of life and stalwarts from Foxy. To appreciate their contribution for the health and happiness of mankind, the organizing team feels honored to felicitate them. I request the organizing chairperson, Dr. Meena Samant, and organizing secretary, Dr. Amita Sinha, to do the honors. I would first like to call upon the very graceful and dedicated Foxy and our chief guest, Dr. Suchitra Pandit, madam. I now call upon our guest of honor, Mrs. Harjot Kaur, madam. I now call upon our guest of honor, Mr. Shivendra Pandya, sir. I request our special guest, Dr. Pankaj Desai, sir, to kindly come forward. Sir, it's an honor to felicitate you. Next, I call upon Chairperson Reception Committee, Dr. Alka Pandey Madam, to come forward. I request Dr. Suchitra Pandit Madam to kindly join. Now I request our incoming President, Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary, to kindly come forward. गड़बड़ा जाएंगे. Now it's time for the organizing chairperson, Dr. Meena Samant, to be felicitated by Dr. Suchitra Pandit Madam and Dr. Harjot Kaur Madam. I now call upon Organizing Secretary Dr. Amita Sinha to be felicitated by Dr. Suchitra Pandit Madam and Harjot Kaur Madam. Award. अच्छा ठीक है. अच्छा ये लोग को तो आप ही लोग ना करेंगे. राजेंद्र सिंह परदेसी, संपत कुमारी मैडम, लीला व्यास, श्यामल सिंह. हाँ तो नीचे ही करना है. I request Dr. Rajendra Singh Pardesi sir to kindly come to the dais for felicitation. I request Dr. Meena Samant and Dr. Amita Sinha. Dr. Rajendra Singh Pardesi is past Vice President, Foxy. I request Dr. I request Dr. Sampat Kumari Madam to come to the dais. इनके बारे में जो बोलना है संपत को. ठीक है. और कौन है? लीला व्यास, श्यामल शेठ. देखिए भी ठेल कर खींचाने.
May I request the joint secretaries to kindly come up. Join in the felicitations.
हर बार रुको बम देखो छोड़ दिया जाता है, बहुत बुरा होता है इनके साथ। हाँ भाई, फोटो खिंचाओ।
आगे आइए, आगे जाइए,
आगे जाइए, आगे जाइए,
थोड़ा उधर जाइए। नहीं सच में बाबू पीछे रह जाएंगे।
डॉक्टर
आगे रहिए।
लीला व्यास फीमेल है ना?
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
Dr. Leela Vyas, madam, I request you to come to the dais. She's not here.
नहीं she's here, she's there, she's there. आ रही है। और कौन है?
डॉक्टर श्यामल शेठ। डॉक्टर को पता कौन ले है, कौन सी अब नहीं है।
अच्छा हाँ।
चाय पीने की इधर बैठ के पेस्ट्री खाएगी, ये निकाल देने का
मैंने दो फिर
चलो देखो
वहाँ पे रखा है,
तो ले लेंगे।
Dr. Shyamal Seth, sir, kindly come to the dais for felicitation.
He's not there.
He's not
दूसरा?
there.
दूसरा?
He's not there.
Then?
Dr. Shukhanto Mishra, sir. Is he there? Okay, no.
That's all. Thank you all both.
Thank you all.
हो गया हो गया
I request the chairperson of MTP Committee Foxy, Dr. Alka Kuthe, to kindly come up the stage for felicitation.
अभी कितना बोलना है?
Dr. Vaishali Chavan, you are requested to kindly come up the stage for felicitation. Now I would like to request all the dignitaries to kindly felicitate our Chair Inauguration Committee, Dr. Supriya Jaiswal. अब किसको करना है?
So thank you everyone. Now we have our special guest, Dr. Pankaj Desai. We are blessed to have amongst us as special guest, past President Foxy, Dr. Pankaj Desai, sir, consultant OBGY specialist at Janani Maternity Hospital, Baroda. He himself is a winner of several international and national awards, many international and national recognitions as visiting professor, fellow, president of many organizations, a very humble person with huge CV and innumerable accolades and several orations, publications. Sir, kindly do the honors. We have some award ceremony awards to be given. That is, POGSCON 2024 has been a scientific bonanza, and very quickly I'm going to announce the winners of scientific papers. So, the first category is Dr. MP John and Dr. GV Ellen Murthy Award for the best paper in obstetrics. It is a gold medal, certificate and cash prize of ₹1,000. This award goes to Dr. Khushbu Soni from MGM Patna. Dr. Khushbu. Please come and receive your award. Dr. Khushbu, somebody from MGM can receive on her behalf. Okay, so the next category is Dr. S.N. Upadhyay and Srimati Chandravati Devi Award for the best short paper in gynecology. It is a gold medal, certificate and cash prize of ₹1,000. The prize goes to Dr. Shikha Singh from MGM Hospital, Patna. So, we are very proud to announce that both of the winners of Dr. MGM Hospital. So, madam, will you receive the award on their behalf? Dr. Pankaj Desai, sir. So, on behalf of those two winners, they work in MGM Hospital and Research Center. So, madam is going to receive the award on their behalf. Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir. And the third category is Dr. Jagdishri Mishra Award for the best paper in miscellaneous group. It is a certificate and a gold medal. And the prize goes to Dr. Sadia Praveen from IGMS Patna. Dr. Bhavna, can you receive on her behalf? Cash prize was in the first two categories? No, sir, no. So the next category is Dr. Manju Geeta Mishra Award for the best paper on official theme. It is a gold medal and certificate. This prize goes to Dr. Sangeeta Pankaj from IGMS Patna. Dr. Sangeeta Pankaj, kindly come up and receive the very prestigious award. Yes. A huge round of applause for Dr. Sangeeta Pankaj for winning this award. So there's one more award, that is Dr. Nirmala Saxena Award, but the poster competition, but the result has yet to be declared, and it will be Dr. Jyoti. Yeah, she has come over. So we have a gold medal and certificate for her. So Jyoti, huge congratulations to you. You are the proud recipient of this Dr. Nirmala Saxena Award, and you're receiving it by past President Foxy, Dr. Pankaj Desai, sir. So a huge round of applause for the winner of this award. So thank you, sir. Thank you for the honors, and big congratulations to all the winners. Thank you. So a few words of blessings from you, Dr. Pankaj Desai, sir. Yes.
Usually we don't speak after the chief guest. That was, ये मैं फॉक्सी के formal functions में सीखा था. Honorable Dr. Pragya Mishra, the President, and through her the current leaders of this organization. Honorable Dr. Meena Samant, and through her the past leaders of this organization. Honorable Dr. Suchitra Pandit, and through her all the functionaries and faculties of Foxy. Honorable Dr. Nishu Jain, आप कोई उनको जानती नहीं है, but she is the lady, she is a common member of this organization. She is going to present, or must have presented, a paper on a retrospective study on eclampsia. Why I am mentioning her is because I am addressing a group. I am very bad at official addresses. After 2008, when I handed over the charge of Foxy to I think Dr. Narendra Malhotra, after that I have not hardly made any official. So what I do is, I am a teacher, I sell dreams, I tell stories, कहानियाँ सुनाता हूँ. ग्रैंडचिल्ड्रन नहीं है, पर होते तो उनको कहानियाँ सुना करता है, इधर आता भी नहीं. I tell you one such story. Medical college hospitals have some very interesting routines. Madam must be knowing. One of them is a grand round. Madam Shanti Roy must be knowing. Though its structure and name may vary from one institution to the other, in the OBGYN department where I worked, it was on the day of our minor operation theatre. OPD, major OT, minor OT, major OT. And then again OPD. We had 3 units. The chief of the unit would take this round with all the juniors, all the consultants, junior consultants, and it used to be a big spectacle. Round children, sir aa gaye, sir, madam aa gaye, madam. It was the big doctor leading the entire show. One fine morning, in one such grand round, the chief stopped by a patient of choriocarcinoma. OBGYN department, so expected choriocarcinoma. Thankfully, it was a very responsive type of choriocarcinoma. And the subject in question was being administered chemotherapy. While the chief was being briefed about the medical details of that patient by the juniors, an intriguing phenomena took place. The small child of the patient in question, about 3 to 4 years old, climbed up her mother's cot and started touching the white spotless apron of the big teacher, of the big boss. The chief looked at the child with loving eyes, patted the cheek. This is absolutely unprepared lecture, please. मुझे पता ही नहीं था ये lecture देना है. Looked at the child with loving eyes and patted its cheek. Both communicated with each other without a single word spoken. But the assistants, एक गुजराती में एक कहावत है, चाह करता प्याला गरम, चाय से कप ज्यादा गरम होते हैं. तो assistants became very agitated. How could this dirty urchin-like child communicate and touch our boss? It is said that the kettle is always warmer than the tea which it holds. As after the round was over, 2 assistants walked into that room, the mother, and instructed her to ensure that on the next grand round, nothing like this nonsense happens. All seemed to have been forgotten. Life began as it was going on. Then again on the next grand round day, which followed the next session, the same spectacle. The grand round, the boss enters with a white spotless coat, and the chemotherapy was going on, the next dose due, the intravenous line going, and the child jumping on the cot and once again trying to touch that boss, soiling his apron professionally. The chief once again, as kind-hearted as he was, gently patted the cheek of the child and smiled at the patient reassuringly. As we talk, more words are spoken in body language than in words, and reassuring her, and moved on. But this time he didn't go to the staircase. He just waited and saw from the angle of his eye the assistants running once again. Kya kar rahe? He called all of them. As soon as he reached the stairs, he saw this spectacle and he called all of them. Idhar aao, sab idhar aao. The hospital being a government hospital, see what had happened. He knew what is happening. The hospital being a government hospital could not provide costly chemotherapy to this cancer patient. The patient in question was in no position to buy these drugs from her resources. Naturally, she was financially challenged, and that time such Pradhan Mantri Yojanas and all were not there. The chief seemed to have sensed this, and as he had done with many, many patients in the past, silently arranged the costly drugs through his personal resources with nobody knowing it. Only the chief resident knew it, and with the store he would arrange. Nobody knew from where the drugs, it will be arranged, that's all, finished, no questions asked. Now, it seemed that the chief resident had told the patient in question from where this money had come. And probably, in their absence, when the doctors were not there, the husband and the wife must have talked about this support. And the child must have sensed that they are talking of that doctor, not in so many words, but it could sense that this man is doing something good for my ma. My ma is very sick, and this man is doing something good. But that's all. No fanciful explanations, nothing. The chief told the assistants that when the child is trying to reach me and make some physical contact, all that he is doing is telling a thank you. It doesn't have the words, it is not erudite enough to speak out. It is touching me. He's a good man. My ma, and he, and something is there. And that is what he is trying to express. The child was making attempt to reach me because it sensed that I have given the happiness. It knew no language but the language of touch. So it was trying to touch the chief. Her child is simply telling us, thank you. Just listen to the unspoken words of the child. Just feel the words in touch of the child. It is only telling, thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. The organizing secretary for this conference, Dr. Amita Sinha, worked relentlessly for the success of this conference. Her hard work and dedication can be acknowledged by one and all present in the hall. I now request Dr. Amita Sinha to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Vinita, for inviting me to propose vote of thanks. Once again, Madam. Thank you, Madam. Thank you. A very good evening to all of you. On behalf of organizing committee, POGSCON, I am glad to express vote of thanks to all those who have made this event possible. I would like to start by thanking the Almighty God for the priceless gift of grace. My sincere thanks to all the advisors for their blessings Dr. Shanti Roy Madam, Manju Geeta Mishra Madam, Kapoor Madam, Pramila Modi Madam, Barun Kala Madam, Sushma Pandey Madam, Dhamshila Sharma Madam, Veena Pandey Madam, Khalda Hoda Madam, Renu Rohatgi Di, Rita Di and Geeta Di. All these advisors. A special thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Suchitra Pandit Madam, for accepting our invitation and for being with us. Madam, your presence has boosted our energy. Thank you, Madam. I extend my deepest gratitude to guest of honor, Madam Harjot Kaur, for her presence and support. Madam presence had added an extra spark to this event. My sincere thanks to guest of honor, Sivendra Pandya Sirji, for your presence and pearls of wisdom. I thank special guest, past President Foxy, Dr. Pankaj Desai sir, for his gracious presence and support. Sir, you made this program indeed a special one. These words may not be capable of communicating our gratitude, as all thoughts of all of yours act have truly inspired us. These are the pics of core committee members of POGSCON. I am not going to name everyone. I thank Dr. Meena Samant, organizing chairperson, POGSCON, from core of my heart for all her support and guidance. We have done this event so meticulously because of your vision, Dr. Meena. Your guidance and support made us tension-free. Thank you once again. You have been driving force behind this program. Please accept our deepest gratitude. My heartfelt thanks to all 4 joint secretaries for their wholehearted support. I don't have sufficient words to thank my 2 joint secretaries, Dr. Ranjana Sinha and Dr. Mini Anand. Again, I would like to say that because of both of you, I cried a little less and I smiled a little more, as I told in PPHCon. Thank you for everything, Dr. Ranjana and Dr. Mini. My heartiest thanks to Dr. Nibha Mohan, Treasurer POGSCON, for her generous support during this conference. You all core team members are like diamonds, bright, beautiful, and very valuable for me. Reception committee. Now coming to Dr. Alka Pandey Madam and her team, Rajni Sharma Madam and Neeru Goyal. My sincere thanks to this committee for all her help for the conference. My heartfelt thanks to scientific committee led by Dr. Vinita Singh and Dr. Monica and Dr. Bhavna Tiwari for their planning and execution of scientific program. I salute you all for your hard work. How can I forget to mention workshop committee hard work done under the able guidance of Dr. Abha Rani Sinha and her team, Dr. Poonam Dikshit, Dr. Zareen Rahman, Dr. Neelu Prasad and Dr. Rakhi Agarwal. They had arranged beautiful workshop yesterday for vaginal surgeries and IOTA workshops. Public forum committee, they have done a great job, and yesterday we had a great public forum on enhancing contraceptive knowledge in digital age through youth-centered approach. It was a grand success. Souvenir committee, Dr. Pragya Mishra Chaudhary, Dr. Mukta Agarwal and Dr. Richa Jha, they have done marvelous job, and you can see the souvenir that reflects their hard labor. My sincere thanks to Chairperson Inaugural Committee, Dr. Supriya, along with Dr. Vinita, Dr. Charu and Dr. Smriti Aspers for this wonderful inaugural session. Registration Committee, I thank sincerely Dr. Usha Kumari, Madam Chairperson, Registration Committee along with her team, Sushma and Dr. Poonam Kumari for huge number of registration in this conference. Dr. Usha Sharma, Dr. Shiva Kumari Madam and Dr. Rashmi Prasad. I thank them wholeheartedly for arranging so good tasty foods in this lemon tree. Cultural committee, though these committee members are not here, they are engaged in executing cultural in another hall. Dr. Kalpana, oh, you are here, okay. I sincerely thank Dr. Kalpana Singh with her team, Dr. Nimisha Agrawal and Dr. Ananya Agrawal for arranging beautiful cultural program. We all will go for, we all will go there to see their talent. Thank you, Dr. Kalpana and your team. Stall and Exhibition Committee, with the help of Dr. Usha Didwania Madam and her team, Saru Singh and Anjali Kumari, we had large stalls, 35 plus 5 tables with their help. So I thank from core of my heart to this team for Stalls and Exhibition Committee. Travel and Accommodation Committee has also done wonderful job under the guidance of Hemali Sinha Madam and Dr. Nutan Narayan, Jyoti Malhotra. Press and Media Committee have also done beautiful job, under the able guidance of Dr. Himanshu Rai, Dr. Lakshmi Jha and Shraddha Chakhaiyar. Special thanks to Dr. Shraddha for doing all the hard labors and arranging press conference and sending all the press release for beautiful coverage. Finance Committee has also helped us a lot, Dr. Rita Chakor and her team, Dr. Suchita Chaudhary and Dr. Savita Rungta. Valedictory Committee will show their talent tomorrow under the able guidance of Dr. Kumkum Sinha, Dr. Rekha Singh and Dr. Veena Sinha. I thank all the faculty members for sharing their knowledge and experience with us. My heartiest thanks to all the participants for coming in large numbers and making it successful. How can I forget to thank my family who have supported me throughout my career, throughout my heavy duty of my tenure of 2 years as a secretaryship and this POGSCON. So my thanks to my family members. I also thank my neonate grandson. So we are thankful to these pharma companies who have supported a lot in our conference, and these are the list of pharma company. So thanks to these pharma partner for their financial support. My special thanks to Corona Arush division who have done a great job in handling registration counter. I extend my sincere thanks to IMS staff, hotel staff, audio visual, Anita Enterprises, Mr. Mukund, Mr. Hari and all team of Anita Enterprises for their contribution in this event. Before I finish my vote of thanks, I ask for forgiveness with folded hands for any unintentional mistakes. Long live POGS, long live Patna. Thank you so much.
कल्चरल कमेटी की तरफ से मैं सभा में उपस्थित सभी लोगों को सादर निवेदन करती हूँ कि इसके ऊपर वाले फ्लोर पे आप लोग आइए और कल्चरल्स का आनंद लीजिए. थोड़ा लेट हो गया है बट स्टिल अभी उत्साह बाकी है.
With this we come to an end of the inaugural function. Let's all rise up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा. विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा. तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे. गाहे तब जय गाथा. जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.